I am my own favorite company. This probably sounds weird to you, but hear me out. I love my own company. I never get bored being by myself. My thoughts are my safe place. Add to that maybe something nice to eat, like some Indian food I didn't have to cook by myself, something to drink, a movie to watch, or a book to read, and I'm in literal paradise. It took me a while to understand why some people think this is odd. Like you're just by yourself all day, doing what? I guess it's the same way I consider extroverts who never really want to be by themselves and, always seek company. And I wonder why? What are you running away from? So I guess this emphasizes the fact that we all need to have grace for each other. We're wired differently. It's not a secret. Introverts require regular time alone to recharge. We can be misinterpreted by others as being antisocial. And this is what we're breaking down in this episode today. The fact that introverts need alone time, lots of it. Why this is sometimes hard to communicate, especially to our loved ones, and how to make our alone time refreshing and rejuvenating. Welcome to another episode of Introvert Problems, Faith Solutions. Let's get into it. You're listening to the Driven Introvert Podcast, the place to be for dreamers, doers, and entrepreneurs who are ready to birth the dreams, callings, and ideas the Lord has placed in their hearts. Do you sense that God is calling you to step out and do something new, but you're held back by fear and uncertainty? Do you struggle with believing that you can do great things because of your quiet, reserved, and introverted nature? Welcome here. I'm Remy Roy, your host and founder of shepact.com. I'm an author, an entrepreneur, a creative, and a committed trier. I'm here to help you get unstuck and make progress on your God idea. Let's go. All right, so introverts need regular time alone to recharge our social batteries. This is essential for our well-being, but it can sometimes be misunderstood by others as being unfriendly. I'm here to tell you, fellow introvert, you are not weird or antisocial or unfriendly. You need this to survive. You need alone time, and you should not apologize for it. What you should do, I think, is find ways to let the people in your life who you love and who love you and who depend on you, find a way to let them know why and how this can make sense and be helpful for everyone involved. If you're an introvert, it's important to communicate your need for alone time to your loved ones. Explain that it's not about rejecting them, but about taking care of your own mental and emotional health, which in turn helps you serve them well. Set aside dedicated time for yourself each day, whether it's a few minutes of quiet reflection or a longer period of meditation and prayer. Find a peaceful place where you can recharge and reconnect with yourself. Growing up, this was really hard for me. Not the setting aside time, that was my natural tendency. What was hard was how my tendency to retreat was perceived by others. And for me, as a closeted people pleaser, it really ground my gears that I was misunderstood in this way. But now I understand this whole process much better. I know that I can respectfully ask for time alone to recharge. I can focus on a specific task or whatever I need to do and not feel guilty about it. It also helps that I make sure my duty to my family and my loved ones is not neglected. Friends, it's not selfish to feed your soul and your mind and your spirit in a way that helps you thrive and be human and empathetic. So, honoring your need for alone time is not selfish. It's essential for your overall well-being, and it allows you to show up as the best version of yourself for others, especially your loved ones, people you claim to really love and care about, and who feel the same way about you. Now, as an introvert who prioritizes building your inner world, growing as a person, and becoming the best version of you, I think it's important to also make sure that your alone times are balanced. Yes, the movies and entertainment are great for unwinding, but remember to fill your cup in those moments too. For me, praying, meditating, thinking, and ruminating on issues that help you move forward and be more centered is really crucial. I love journaling, reflection. These are the practices that help introverts, and I think anyone really, develop their inner selves. When people encounter you and you seem to be someone who leads and lives with wisdom and intention, there should be no doubt that you have been in the secret place. It's very crucial. And this is one trait introverts have that I personally really love, the fact that introverts are contemplative. They think deeply, observe with intention, pay attention to details around them. And then when it's time to engage, they engage mostly thoughtfully and insightfully. And this will happen because you prioritize time alone to develop your inner self. Check out Matthew chapter 14, verse 23. It says, after he had dismissed them, he went up on a mountain by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone. That he was Jesus. Jesus himself needed alone time. He needed to pray and connect with his Father. Even Jesus, the Son of God, he needed time alone to connect with God. This demonstrates that seeking solitude is not a sign of weakness or isolation, but rather a necessary part of spiritual and emotional well-being. So if you struggle with the more intentional part of alone time, like I said, your alone time should be balanced. Yes, entertainment is good, but how can you feed your soul and develop your inner self even in those times? So if you struggle with the more intentional part of being alone, spending time alone, here are some practical strategies I think will really help you. Okay, number 1 is plan ahead. Let's say you know that you're going to have an hour after work to unwind, or maybe after the kids have gone to bed, or maybe at your hotel on that work trip. Instead of spending that time scrolling or watching TV endlessly, why not plan and bring along a book, or maybe bookmark a video that you want to watch, something intentional that will help you, or something you want to study or engage in during that time. The goal is to use your alone time to rest, recharge, and develop your inner world. This requires intention. And for me, I'm all about personal development. But don't get me wrong, I love a good movie. Or maybe catching up on videos and stuff online. That's great. But those are not my priorities. So pay attention to those pockets of alone time and plan ahead so that you can actually make them restful for you and not kind of filling your world with everything out there. All right, number 2. Keep a list of resources you either want to get to or are working through at that time. I have a list of interesting books I want to read. I don't buy them all at once because that would be overwhelming and maybe I just wouldn't read them all. But it helps to have a list of things you want to work through. It may have to do with work, but hopefully it's not about work, because Lord knows we're already so knee deep in work. We already work too much in this day and age. Your downtime should not be filled with more work and tasks. So hopefully it's stuff you want to do that actually helps you rest, relax, and live life slowly. And it could be hobbies. Confession, I have struggled with this. I've had different hobbies at different seasons of my life. Maybe I shouldn't say struggle, but I've just had different hobbies. There was a time I was really into jigsaw puzzles, the 1,000 pieces kind. And then I tried watercolor. I tried drawing, photography, jewelry making, and that's okay. The more you try, with time, you'll find the thing that really helps you recharge, that rejuvenates you and makes you feel alive and centered. So try to do that. All right, number 3, prioritize reflection and journaling. I know some people have told me when it comes to journaling, what am I supposed to be writing? Anything. It's your world, your time, your life. You can write down your thoughts, process your feelings, ask yourself questions. I think amazing clarity comes to you when you write things down and you read them again at a later time. I have a stack of journals that I go back from time to time to read, and it's just refreshing. Some of the things I wrote down and how it brings me just perspective and clarity when I read them over again. So take time to reflect and journal. If you need help with this, you can check out my book. It's called This Is Me, a journal for creative reflection. It'll give you prompts and questions about yourself and the different stages of your life to think through and write down. It's available on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the show notes, and I'm grateful for your support if you do get it. So the goal here is to help you let go of the feeling of guilt or shame that might be associated with your need for alone time. Lean into it. Don't be afraid of it. Use it wisely, but still be intentional and emotionally available to your friends and family and people who need you. It's all possible. I hope this helps you be more intentional about making the best of your moments of peace and clarity. I would love to hear from you. Are you an introvert? Do you struggle with what others think about your uniqueness? The fact that you like your own company and you like to rewind and recharge by being by yourself and not among the crowd, so to speak. I would love to hear from you. Send me an email at thedrivenintrovert@shepact.com. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for listening. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy this conversation, please take a moment to follow or subscribe to the podcast. I'd also love your feedback on this episode. You can scroll down on your app and click write a review. I'd love to read your takeaways from this conversation. As always, don't forget to take courage, trust God, and go pursue your big ideas. See you next time. The Driven Introvert is produced by shepact.com and Remy Roy. Want to ask a question or share a comment in a future episode? Click on the link in the show notes to record your question in a voicemail.